here. Welcome back to Stay at Home Mom 101. Hope you all had a fabulous Independence Day. And in case you guys haven't seen my latest videos, happy Independence Day late. So today I'm going to do an actual sit-down video, which hardly ever happens in my house. My children are currently, and I say currently because this could change, they currently are in their bedrooms playing just a little bit here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get this video done. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 tips for having 5 kids ages 6 and under. We just rotated up to having 5 kids ages 6 and under when my daughter turned 6 on May 1st. Oh my goodness, it has definitely been an adventure, we'll put it that way. So I thought that this would definitely help some other moms out there that have a bunch of young little tots following them around, or as I call my kids, little ducklings. Right now we currently have 5 little ducklings, and that is exactly how it feels, especially when we are in public. So let's just get started. The first tip that I actually have, and this is a very, very important one to me. I don't know how it's going to be for everyone else, but my first tip is to set a flexible routine, not a schedule. A routine to me is something that you make a list and you know what comes after each thing as you go throughout the course of the day. A schedule is something that is completely timed, like at 8 o'clock in the morning, my kids are going to be up. At 8:15, they're going to be getting their diapers changed, and by 8:30, they're going to be eating breakfast. That to me is a schedule. And when you have so many little ones that are following you around, let's just put it that way, there is no need to set a schedule. I'm sorry, but you need to be flexible. Like I said, you need a routine, not a schedule. So I'm gonna go through my little daily routine with you guys. I actually have it written down. I keep a notebook that has my daily routine so that every single day I open it up, I keep it on my desk, and I can look at where I'm supposed to be or what's coming up next and things down that line, and it kind of helps the day to flow a little bit easier. So the first thing that I start with is breakfast. Now, in my notebook for breakfast, I do have basically what the baby is going to have along with the older kids. So for baby Allison, she's going to have 6 ounces of formula with anywhere between 2 to 3 tablespoons of cereal or oatmeal. And then the older kids normally have cereal with milk. Now, for me, I just kind of grab what I can grab. If it's a donut, it's a donut. Like, there's really nothing I can do about it right now. The second thing that I have on my list is 1, 2, 3, go. Now, 1, 2, 3, go for my family means everyone's up, everyone's getting ready. So basically, the really little ones get their diapers changed, they all get dressed, we get, our teeth brushed, our hair brushed, and our shoes on, because our kids are allowed to go in and out because we live on 12 acres. They know that they are only allowed to go in the front yard, the side yard behind me, and kind of like our backyard, which is technically supposed to be our front yard, but what can you do? So our kids basically, now that it's summertime, when there's good weather, they kind of come in and out as they want to, which is actually really nice. Next, we have mid-morning snack. Baby Allison gets 2 to 4 tablespoons of fruit, and that can be anything. That can be peaches, pears, anything down that line. The older kids also get fruit with some juice. So that can be apple slices, orange slices, it can be canned fruit, it can be strawberries, bananas, grapes, anything down that line. As long as it is a fruit and not a fruit snack, I am completely happy. We have outside playtime, which is normally when I do my yard work, load my dishwasher, and wipe the table and counters. Yard work for me kind of contributes to cutting the grass, and because we do have 12 acres, it can be a lot of grass to cut. So pretty much by the time, we only have a push mower, so by the time we go ahead and cut the whole entire yard, it's basically time for me to start over again. So basically every single day I'm cutting the grass unless it's raining. Or winter, of course. After outside playtime, we normally do lunch. Now for lunch, we normally, baby Allison normally has 2 to 4 tablespoons of veggies. Okay, hi. Hi. Can you go sit down, or do you want to sit right over here by me? You guys sit quiet though, okay? There we go, you can sit up here. Oh, there we go. You can sit quiet, guys, sit quiet. You want what? Oh, you don't want that on there? Well, here, why don't you sit on this side then? Here, you can sit on this side of Mama. Sorry, guys. Miss Angelica over here has wandered out and decided to keep me company. So for lunch, baby Allison normally has 2 to 4 tablespoons of veggies, 1 to 2 tablespoons of cereal, 6 ounces of formula. Then the older kids get a meat, a vegetable, bread with milk, and that is basically their lunch. And then normally after lunch, I normally give them some sort of a treat, whether it be some Skittles, a little bit of a candy bar, a cookie, a little slice of leftover birthday cake, just something to reward them for eating their food well. Then after lunch, we normally, and I say normally because it doesn't always work out this way, especially when there's a really nice day. Normally after lunch, we try to do school time. And for us, because we homeschool, we normally do ABC Mouse lessons first, then we do workbooks, we read from a chapter book, and then we normally try to do some sort of a learning movie, whether it's a DVD, VHS, or even right off of Netflix. I mean, it really just depends. Mid-afternoon snack follows that, and normally baby Allison just has a 6-ounce bottle. She's normally not too terribly hungry. Then the older kids normally get chips or graham crackers with peanut butter on it, ants on a log, something on that line with some juice again. Then after our snack, we normally roll right into finishing school and outside playtime. Sometimes like the gap between lunch and when the kids get hungry again, because they're growing kids, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys can all agree with this. They're growing kids. Basically, that's just not enough time for them to get their lessons done. And so they go ahead and they can have extra time after our afternoon snack to do that. Now, during outside playtime, during that time, I normally do dinner, and then I start to clean up the house before Anthony arrives home with us. We normally try to do dinner. That is one thing that we are trying so hard to work on. We want to do dinner as a family unit. And so for us right now, 6 o'clock-ish, between like 5:30, 6 o'clock is normally working for us for dinner. It's definitely very difficult with Anthony's schedule. And then when he has drill, I normally do dinner at, anywhere between 5 and 6. It just really depends on how nice of a day it is outside and how much fun we are enjoying the outdoor weather. So dinner for baby Allison is normally 2 to 4 tablespoons veggies, 1 to 2 tablespoons of cereal with 6-ounce formula. Now for the older kids and Anthony and I, we normally do a meat, a veggie, a bread, and some milk. Me personally, I can't do milk because I have a bad gallbladder that I need to get taken out. Just haven't gotten there yet. And then right after dinner, we roll right into our bedtime routine. So after everyone is done, we normally do try to give them a little bit of dessert, but we also roll right into the bedtime routine, or as we call it, our bedtime checklist. So that's normally bath. Then they get out, they get dried off and everything. We do lotion so that their skin doesn't get too dry. It's summertime, they're outside playing in the sun, and no matter how much sunblock I put on these kids, they get burnt still. And I reapply the sunblock, and it's 100. I don't even know what that means, but it says 100 on the bottle. But they still get burnt, and you know what? There's nothing I can really do about it. I'm not gonna keep these kids inside. So, do the lotion, get them dressed, do their diapers, blah, 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 clean their ears, brush their teeth and their hair. We say prayers out here in the living room, and we also read a story. Then we normally do hugs and kisses, and we tuck them in for the evening. Now, I wish our night ended there, but sadly, it doesn't. We have little ones that still come into our bedroom, which is okay. We normally just throw them into bed, so if you call that co-sleeping, or if you just call that kids getting up in the middle of the night and us being too exhausted to put them back in their own bed, so we just throw them in bed with us, that's fine. So the second tip that I have for you guys is plan ahead for appointments. I cannot stress this enough, and this has taken me so long to learn. I mean, by the 5th kid, I have got this down. I have a doctor appointment actually coming up tomorrow, and my appointment, I believe, is at 8:15 is my appointment arrival time. To me, my appointment arrival time at my clinic is 8 o'clock, between 7:45 and 8 o'clock. I always plan ahead 15 to 30 minutes early. It's just the way that it goes. With these kids, It is so stressful and so hard to get all 5 of them up and going, especially that early in the morning. So unbelievably hard. But you know what? I'm planning 15 to 30 minutes ahead of time, and hopefully we get there on time. Of course, if you don't, a lot of places do understand. You've got so many little ones and life happens. I mean, you're heading out the door and someone literally poops in their pants. What are you going to do? Leave them until you get to the appointment to change them, or are you going to quickly change them on your couch? These are decisions that you have to make. So by planning 15 to 30 minutes ahead of time, hopefully you can kind of avoid that just a little bit. My third tip. This is another very important and wise one that I have had to learn throughout the years with these kids. Number 1, do not shop during mealtime. You will have meltdowns. Your kids will get hungry. You will have meltdowns. Another thing to go along with that, do not shop during bedtime routine. Do not do it. Your kids will be tired, exhausted. You will have meltdowns. I have had meltdowns. I'm sure you've had meltdowns. It's a learning curve. Sometimes you can't avoid it, but if you can, please avoid it and save your sanity. The 4th tip that I've got is do not stress about the dishes or the toys on the floor. Want to see something funny? Okay, time of truth. There's my dishes. I've also got toys on my floor, but I'm too lazy to get up to show you. My living room covered in toys. Number 1, dishes on the counter or in the dishwasher or wherever means that your family eats. Dishes on the table also. Want to see something else? This is still from lunch. I don't even know if you can see all that. Still from lunch. Yes. It just means that your family is eating. That's all that means. It does not mean that you are dirty. It does not mean that you are unclean. It just means your family has eaten and you've gotten caught up in the rest of your day. There is nothing wrong with that. Toys on the floor means your kids are having fun and making wonderful and beautiful memories. That is what that means. It does not make you a bad person or a bad parent if you invite someone over to your house and you have dishes on your table and you have dishes on your counter because you haven't gotten a chance to load your dishwasher or throw breakfast food out when it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That does not mean that. What that means is that you're letting your children make memories and you are trying your hardest and your best to be your 100% best as a parent. That is what that means. So please do not stress over dirty dishes. Do not stress over the toys on the floor. I mean, pick them up at the end of the night and be done with it. During the day, let your kids be kids. I mean, in all honesty, I get if you're having guests over and you want to put up this front that your house is clean. Take a picture. It will last much longer. I'm sorry, it is the fact of life. When you have kids, you have dirty dishes, you've got toys everywhere. That's the facts. That's the facts. It's just the way it is. My 5th tip for you guys is do not answer the phone when you cannot hear anything. When you can't hear anything, do not answer the phone. What is the point of that? You are going to be yelling and shouting, "Hey, Mom, how's it going? Hi, Grandma, what's going on?" They can't hear you. You can't hear them, especially when poor Grandma goes ahead and tries to talk back and you're going, "What? What was that, Grandma? What?" Yeah, they're not going to hear you. I'm sorry, they're not going to hear you. So instead of answering your phone, set up a voicemail. Redo your voicemail. And go ahead and say which hours you can actually talk on the phone. That can be during your children's nap time. That can also be after their bedtimes or early in the morning if you're an early bird who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning before your kids get up at, say, 6 or 7. Set up times when you can actually talk on the phone. Put those in your voicemail. And also state in your voicemail that if you have an emergency, please feel free to text me so that I can get all of the information. My voicemail sounds something like, "Hi, this is Katie. I'm sorry that I can't answer your phone right now. If you can, please call me back between this hour and this hour. And if it's an emergency, please feel free to text me on this number." And a lot of times people will text me or they will message me. You know, they'll message me on Facebook, they'll text me directly to my phone, or they'll just simply leave me a voicemail, and they understand that I will call them back during the hours that I possibly can. This is not being rude. This is not being stuck up. This is not saying that you're better than anyone else. This is saying that you are putting other people's needs ahead of your own. But at the same time, you cannot drop everything for everyone. You can't hear, you don't answer that phone. You can't get to your phone because your kids are doing ABC Mouse, like mine do, on my phone. Don't answer that message. Just simply exit out of the message, or if you prefer, check that message, make sure it's not an emergency. And if it's not, exit out of that message. Continue on with your children's education. I mean, that is the main goal as a stay-at-home parent, is to be able to take care of your children without outside distractions. So these are my top 5 tips for all of you guys for having 5 kids ages 6 and under. And if you guys have any tips or tricks that you would like to share, please definitely leave them in the comments below, because I would love to hear about them. Please give this video a thumbs up, like, and share this video. And of course, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you so much for watching. God bless and have an amazing day. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.